Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's Tamisha ET. What's good? What's poppin'? Y'all, thank you guys so much for the last video and your comments, your subscriptions. So hey to all my new subscribers, welcome to my channel. Y'all, I'm so excited. I feel like a real YouTuber now, like, cause I got subs. Y'all made me hit over 100 subscribers in less than a week, and I am in about two to 3 days really, and I appreciate you guys so very much. Y'all know who y'all are. If you're new here, please subscribe, and if you've already subscribed, please like and comment and share this video with a friend. So this topic that we're going to be talking about today, as you can see in the caption, how do you survive being a Haitian and entrepreneur? You don't. Okay. I'm playing. You do. I just want to talk real quick about my experience, and I'm sure most people listening could relate. So my story is kind of different, but I know you guys could relate also. So both my parents are entrepreneurs. My mom is a cosmetologist and she's owned several salons, and my dad is an artist. He does framework. He's retired with that already, but he was an artist and he owned frame shops, multiple frame shops. So they're both like were entrepreneurs. I did not want to be an entrepreneur. I told myself since I was young, like, I'm gonna be a doctor, I'm gonna whatever, like that. I don't know who I thought I was, but I thought I was gonna be a doctor, and I wanted stability. I was like, I'm gonna get a job. Like, that's why I talked about in the last video, I have no problem working, because I want stability, because I saw what it kind of was having parents that were entrepreneurs. It's just like the money don't come as often, and there could be seasons where it completely stops. So I was just like, I don't want that for myself. I want to make sure I have stable income, make sure I have a income coming in every week, and not have to worry about food, or not have to worry about certain bills being paid. However, God had other plans, as you guys can see. So I got into entrepreneurship. This is not about my story of entrepreneurship. If I feel led to do a video about that, then I will. So being that both of my parents were entrepreneurs, they already was like in the game, but they still wanted me to go to school. They still wanted me to get a degree or whatever, and I did get my degree. I got my AA in social work. So being that both of my parents were entrepreneurs, like I said, they still wanted me to go to school, but they didn't really have a problem with me. Well, my mom, because I live with my mom, didn't really have a problem with me starting my own business and getting income that way. So in the beginning, she used to be like, what are you going to do? Like, are you going to school and stuff like that? After high school, I went straight to school, but I was switching my majors like a lot. But I was still tapping into like selling stuff. I would sell Valentine's Day boxes. I would sell cut up t-shirts when the bleach panorama was around. And I would make income like that. Like, I would always be making income. And after I got my AA, because I got my AA, then I stopped going to school. Then she would press me like, you need to go back to school. So I went back to school and I finished my degree, right? And through the midst of it, when I started my business, again, in the first year, it wasn't really making money like that, but it was making something. And I did have a job throughout that time, so she wasn't really pressing me. When I quit my job and I said I was gonna go into full entrepreneurship, she didn't really press me like that. Like, my mom didn't really press me like that, but some weeks and months she'll be like, okay, what are you doing? Are you gonna go find another job? Are you gonna, like, whatever? But once I started bringing in income, like, she really got off my back. She really didn't like press me as much, because she saw that what I was doing was making money. And when I would try to explain to her like what I do, because like as a Haitian, how you gonna explain to your mama that you're a creative director? How? So for a long time I didn't. I was just like, I'm doing photo shoots, I'm doing like photography, which I was like, I'm doing graphic design. She knew I was doing graphic design and stuff like that. She knew I was basically doing the things that I was doing at my old job. So again, she didn't really press me like that. But it still was always in the back of her mind, like, you're not going back to school, you're not going back to school. And I would be like, yeah, nah, I'm not going back to school. As the business was moving and growing, she ain't never talked to me about school, y'all. She ain't never talked to me about work, because she saw this thing was growing, and thank God, because it was a lot of prayers that got us there. So I guess what I want to talk about is just like surviving as being Haitian and trying to pursue your career in entrepreneurship. I know some people that even while they have their business, their parents are just like, yeah, like, this is not going to work for you. But I'm fortunate enough, and I thank God that, you know, although she saw it, and when I explained what I was doing for my other customers and for my clients, she understood, and she would even try to help me. That's one thing with my mom. Like, even when I was selling t-shirts and distressing jean jackets and stuff, she would literally help me. Like, she'll help me bleach shirts, she'll help me distress shirts, and she'll tell me like, hey, I think you should cut it here, cut it there, because she's creative also. So like, she would like help me and stuff like that, and we'll be doing it together. But again, being as parents, they want the best for you, and I understand that. However, we gotta live our own life. Okay, hello. So the advice I would basically give is like, if you're going and trying to be an entrepreneur or trying to focus on what God is telling you to focus on, and your parents are like pressing you like, yo, what you doing? You're not bringing in money, or you know what you about to do with your life. Like, look, I just want to tell y'all to listen to God, okay? Because yes, they are providing and they want the best for you, but at the end of the day, when you get to heaven, you have to answer to God. Okay, he's gonna say, what about that vision I gave you? What about that dream I gave you? What about those people I sent into your life to help you or mentor you? And you're gonna be looking there dumb. Oh, because Molly Joseph's told me I can't do something, you're not gonna do it. God gonna be like, nah, that's not gonna work. So although it may be a little strife, like you might have times where you're not even speaking to your mother, and I'm gonna be real, like it's times that I just walk in the house and not say anything to my mom, not talk to my mom, because she probably have said something that I was just like, yeah, I'm good off you for a couple of days. So you would just have to protect your space at all times, and really, I would say really build your solid relationship with God, because he's the only person that's going to allow them, even when they're talking, is going to literally bounce off of you, because you know and you're focused on what God needs you to do. Because you don't want to go 10 years, 8 years, 4 years, 2 years for a degree, and then at the end of the road get the degree and be like, and sitting at them people's job like, why am I even here? I'm not knocking school. I'm just saying for my example. You know what I'm saying? If God told you to go take your behind to school, don't say Tamisha said I ain't got to get no degree, because that's not what Tamisha is saying. But I'm just saying, like, you know, you get to the end of your road, and if you are, and I hope you guys subscribe to Calling Creative podcast. I had an interview with Kathy J, and she was talking about, she owns several salons. She has owned several salons, and she is a CEO and an investor and a philanthropist right now. And we talked about her journey to being an entrepreneur and being Haitian. Like, she was going to school for her parents, like, you know what I'm saying? She got to the end of the road and she was about to graduate, and she stopped going, and she started to fulfill the dreams of being a hairstylist, and now she is a boss, you know what I'm saying, and is successful at it. And one thing that she said was like, her mom was like, you need to finish school, you're at the end. And she was like, finish for who exactly? And that stuck with me, because I believe that most of us have been in that situation, especially if you're Haitian or Caribbean or island, I don't know. You have been in that position where you are seeking this degree because of your parents. You are seeking this degree because they said that you have to do this. But at the end of the day, you are your own human being. You have to answer to God, not them. Yes, they want the best for you, and that's what I want you to keep in mind. Also, that they want the best for you. That's why they're saying go to school, go to work. L'église, lakai, what the other one is? L'église, lakai, l'école. You know what I'm saying? That's why they telling you all of this, because think of it, put yourself in their shoes. The struggles that they had to go through in Haiti or wherever your peoples are from, third world country that they're from, the struggles that they had to go through living in poverty, if they came from poverty, and then coming to the U.S., doing all that they can to come to the U.S., and then trying to learn a different language, trying to work, I wouldn't even say fit in, but adapt to a place that is definitely different from where they come from, striving to keep the lights on and put food on the table for their children. And they're like, I came here, I went through all that trauma, I went through all that craziness for you to have a better life than I did. So of course they're going to be on your back. Of course they're going to be, talking and calling Haiti and calling whatever on you. Of course they're going to be dragging you, because in their eyes they want you to be better than them. So although it could be frustrating in the midst of it while you sitting there and you hearing them going off, I still want you to be encouraged and to also put yourself in their shoes and be like, you know what, they probably just want the best for me. And I would also suggest that, you have conversations with them, because once I've had conversations with her, like, look, this is my plan, this is my goal, like, this is what I want to do, she was all for it because she understood. So once you have conversations with them, because 9 times out of 10, again, they're from a third world country. In a third world country, doctors, lawyers, engineers were people that were of status, people that actually brought in income, people that were taking care of their family. So of course that's all they know, because in where they're from, that is all that actually generates some type of income. So I want you to just keep that in mind. And I want you to try to explain to them as simple as possible what it is that you're trying to do. Again, we are not fortunate. I know how Haitians could be. Trust me, I understand. So you may not have an understanding parent, and listen, I understand. You have to really pray. That's all I'm going to say. Pray that God literally penetrates their mind or something, and it will happen. Do not undermine the power of prayer, even up against your parents, because listen, it works. So I would just advise you to simply try to explain what you're doing. Now if you're trying to do Zach and you trying to of course you're gonna be down your back until you leave her house, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're trying to do something that's not legal, then of course they're gonna be down your back. You know what I'm saying? But that is basically, I think that's basically it of, how to survive as being a Haitian and entrepreneur. Make sure you keep your vision clear. Make sure you know exactly what it is that God is calling you to do in that season, and be so solid and fixated and focused on that whatever they may try to throw at you, bro, that it don't even phase you. You get what I'm trying to say? It don't deter you, because with them, Haitians, the language itself is very aggressive, and don't let them talk to you in Creole, because they're savage. Some of the things the parents have said to children or their kids, translated in English, is yo, who you talking to? You talking to an animal or you talking to a person? So I understand how it could be when they coming down your throat and the things that they say, and how undermining it could be, because at one point in my life when I was younger, it used to really get me. I used to be real depressed and stuff like that. But you learn to build tough skin, and that's why I feel like a lot of us literally, when we take off, we take off. No doesn't really mean anything, because at home we got it. At home they ripped us to shreds already. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to tell you to focus. Focus on whatever it is, whatever vision God gave you. focused, because one thing about it, one thing that's for sure, once they start seeing the bread that comes in from whatever God is telling you to do, or whatever endeavor that you're embarking on, they're gonna be quiet and they're gonna start asking you for bread. Okay, so I just want you to stay focused on whatever it is that he's telling you to do, whatever it is that God is telling you to do. Even if they like coming down your back barking at you, just stay focused. Try to stay focused and pray that God gives them a way to understand, you know what I'm saying? Even if they don't understand the full vision, ask God to like allow them to see things the way that God has showed it to you. Allow God to literally like shut them up. Okay, and there's a better way to say that, but allow God, like ask God to really mute them when it comes to discouraging you, or when it comes to speaking ill towards the visions that God has given you. Like you can literally pray these things, like, God, allow her to not be able to speak ill will against the things that you're calling me to do, because the enemy will use the people closest to you, and he will even use your parents or your family members. So in the interview, the Called and Creative interview that I'm speaking about, called Find Your Path, episode 8 of season 2, I'll link it in the description box. Her parents were having family meetings about her closing out, or having her stop doing hair and go to school. Okay, they will take the limits, okay, to shut it down. So that's why, again, I am just encouraging you to make sure you have a relationship with God, and make sure you on point with that, so that you won't be deterred when the Haitians are barking at you, or your parents or your guardians are barking at you, telling you that you should pursue something that is way outside of your calling. That's all I have for you guys today. I have on a disclaimer, not fit for average. This is from Calm Life, a black owned business. I got my lip gloss from Bella Lux Cosmetics. That's the lip gloss that I shouted out when I was recording the Record With Me, The Power of a Choice, or The Power of a Wait. If you haven't watched that, go watch that, or listen to the podcast if you are in a season of waiting. So, in my hair, yeah, I feel like a real YouTuber. Like, let me stop playing. And if you see that I'm crooked, I'm just sitting on my legs, just being comfortable. Let me stop. Y'all gonna stop playing with your girl, okay? Because your girl did her own hair again, and y'all gonna be getting the simple hairstyles, okay? Because that's all I know to do right now. I did my own hair, did my own makeup, of course. Just did real, like, this was real quick, like beat. But that's all I have for you guys today. Be encouraged if you are a Haitian American that's trying to follow your dreams, or trying to follow the road of entrepreneurship, or being a creative. I really encourage you to stay on the path. Don't deter. Get grounded in God, so that you can literally build a wall, a repellent of any negative darts that are throwing at you. They'll literally bounce off of you. Continue to do what God is telling you to do. Push through, okay? They may not understand, but I'm telling you, when you get to the end of the road, you are going to be the one retiring them. You're going to be the one paying their bills. They'll get off your back, because they'll see that the work that you have put in has reaped a harvest, okay? So that's all I have for you guys today, and I'll talk to y'all later.